basically is because they don't know their inner self. They don't know just how wonderful they are inside. They don't know, call it what you like, their soul with a capital S, their Buddha nature, their innate perfection, the God within, as Tolstoy, whatever word you want to use. There is this deep, most important essence of themselves that virtually nobody is aware of. And the purpose of all meditation is to help the person realize that they are. The Zen monk Dogen said the purpose of meditation is not to become the Buddha, but to realize that you already are. So you go inside to find it. And all of my work has been, for many years now, first of all, going inside the person and finding their soul. And then by one means or another, helping them to find it. The Buddha's first noble truth was, what? Life is suffering. Yeah, life is suffering. And I prefer to say the word anguish, because you can suffer because you've got a nail in your foot, or because your hair doesn't feel right today, or something rather, or the beer's gone flat, But so I prefer the word anguish, which comes from the same word as strangle. When you feel strangled, you're in anguish. When your life is strangled. And so there are only two things that really matter in my assessment of people. It's little e and big E. Little e is they want to escape from life. Big E is I enthusiastically, passionately, wholeheartedly and gratefully embrace all my life. Want to try that? I enthusiastically, passionately, wholeheartedly and gratefully embrace all my life. Not when you win the lottery, but when you also lose the lottery. It's everything. When you are well and when you're not. Right? And that's a big E. Most people, it's just a little e. Every disease is an escape from life. Every disease is an escape from life. So the only way we can really embrace life is when we know that we have a soul, that there's more to us than just the superficial nonsense that we go through. So treatment is basically to do with the conscious, what's really there on the surface. How will I treat the fact that my mother is yelling at me? Well, you go out, you do this, you do that. It's all conscious. Then at the unconscious, which is where the psychologists live, is where there's love and hate. I love her, I hate her, I love her a bit, I hate her a bit. Today I love her, tomorrow I won't love her, back and forth. Or this admixture of love and hate. So if love is admixed, it's never pure love. It's something else which we can call a more superficial emotion, although very nice, happiness or joy, whatever it may be. But it's never deep love, because it's always admixed in the superficial unconscious with negativity, love and hate combined. And most people go through their lives, at the moment you are 80% love, 20% hate. Someone does this, you'll be 20% love, 80% hate, back and forth, back and forth. That's where they are. But there's a level under that, which I call the deep unconscious, or if you like, the soul, or whatever word you like, which is just pure love, which is the Buddha nature, which we all have, if only we knew it with a capital K, because if we really knew it, then we would live it. But we don't know it, therefore we don't live it. So the work really, you can spend, if once you get caught up in the superficial unconscious, you can stay there forever. Well, how are you today? Oh, I hate mummy less today. Oh, that's very good. And I only hit my husband twice today. Wow, that's really an improvement. Or you can go, or you can treat, you can give them Prozac, or whatever the damn thing may be. What psychiatry has become. It's now called Prozacatry. Right. So you've got, I've got to do something. I hit the bitch, I leave, I do this, I do that. Or Hopefully you love her a little bit more, a little bit less, whatever it may be. But in the deep unconscious, there's only love. And that's what we all are, basically. And we spend our lives, hopefully, trying to find our souls. And Freud used to have a correspondence with a Swiss priest, long correspondence. And he once said to him, I envisage a new profession of secular ministers of souls who may be doctors but must not be priests. But secular, well, the soul doesn't need ministering to. It's perfect. It doesn't need to be helped. But we need help to find the soul. We need to be ministered to find what is already there. You know, what Freud and others have called, what Tolstoy called the God within, what Ainsley Mears said, the purpose of meditation is to find the wealth within. There is this within us, this soul. Now, that's all very well. So you can spend your life meditating to find your soul. And that's a particularly selfish activity, it seems to me. What are you doing? Well, I don't care about her. I'm finding my soul. And I don't think it works that way. It may work in some hermit's cave. It may work in a monastery. I don't think it works in the real world, which is why one of the greatest of the Japanese Buddhists, Shinran. Anyone heard of Shinran? No, it's interesting because he founded what's called Shin Buddhism, which is the largest Buddhist sect in Japan, much more numerous than Zen, which everyone's heard about because it's very catchy. But and Shinran did something very unusual. He left the monastery, and he got married and had children, because he said this is where the work is in the real world. This is where we have to not just meditate for ourselves, but do something out there for others. So, the essence, who is a mother here? Yeah. Who has had a mother here? Right? Okay. Right. Now, I thought when I started off in psychiatry that it's only the patients I saw, or the other psychiatrists saw, who had problems with their mothers. I thought everyone else didn't. I did, but my brother, well, a little bit. But I thought everyone didn't have this problem, only psychiatric patients. Then I realised everyone does. I had a doctor come to see me once who lives right around here. And he said, no, you're completely wrong. I have a wonderful relationship with Mummy. A wonderful relationship. Ha 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 ha. Never saw him again. He ran out the door. Right. So what I'm suggesting is look outside yourself. Try to find not your soul directly. You've got to find somebody else's soul. Ultimately, that comes down to finding your mother's soul. But you go out to come in. You don't go out in order to come in. But if you go out, then you can come in. So it's far, far more important to go out. To go out. Most of you are married, or as good as, or were, or will be, or something. Or have children, or will, or are. Right. So just think. Go look at the other person. Go into the other person. Find the other person's soul. Then it's easy to find yours.